Hi, this is Hart, and what I have here today is a random junk journal kit that I'm about to be sending out. In this random junk journal kit, the minimum supplies that you will need to do your work is glue of whatever sort is your favorite, and scissors. These kits go on sale at 5 o'clock today. Here's the one I'm making. You have some other optional items. I brought out 2 kinds of glue just in case some people only have wet glue. This is the wet glue I happen to have. I brought out washi tape in case somebody wants to use washi tape. Where do I use mine at? I love the handy dandy glue stick, but I have a problem, and this is so crazy. This is my last glue stick and it's almost out. So during this video, I might actually have to switch it out with something else, but that's okay. What are we gonna do first? Well, you guys have already seen the video of me pulling it together, so you know what most of the products are. But I am just going to pull it out as if you guys are pulling yours out and begin to separate the items. So I have my paper clip. We're going to be embellishing that paper clip. So these are the things I need to embellish. Maybe we'll do the embellishments first. I have no idea how many use that. We'll figure that out in a bit. And I have you at a slightly distant camera angle so you can see all my supplies just sitting on the table. This butterfly. You know what? A glue stick wouldn't work on that butterfly. So, didn't think about that. What I might do is I might send everybody a little Zots. That way, if you don't, well, everybody has wet glue. Wet glue will adhere the butterfly. It's gonna be one long video. So my sample is gonna be Paul McCartney. All the best, it says. Band on the Run. Band on the Run. Side 1 is Band on the Run, Jet, Ebony and Ivory. Oh my God, that is one of my favorite songs. I love Ebony and Ivory. Oh, look how cute he is in this picture. You know, the fun of these things. A couple of you, oh, you know what? Maybe instead of being a total surprise, maybe what I'll do is I'll make these choosable, because there's like 2 Live Crew and some other crazy cassettes in there that if somebody was to get them, they might be offended. All right, so I'm gonna stop talking and start playing. Here we go. This is my cover. By the way, I wanna use this cover as is. So I'm going to, I don't need that inside part. So what I'm gonna do is use something firm to make the back cover from the inside, okay? I'll be looking for something firm to be my back cover. That one's not quite the size I want. It's close, but it's not the size I want for the back cover. All right, Paul. What do I have in here? Little diddles. So I'm gonna put my embellishments into a little container for now, because I don't want them to get lost. And we will make embellishments later. This might be a really long video because I take a long time to make these things. I'll try to not make them my normal way and be fast. I just don't know if I can be fast. I don't know if that's a skill I even have. Okay. How are you gonna, this is my guide. How are you gonna fold in here? Oh, you're gonna stick out just a little bit. If I fold you in as a book page. That's okay. I think I can handle you sticking out a little bit. So I could make my book edges a little bit longer since she does stick out a little bit. Or, if my book is done, will I be able to store you in here? Oh yeah, that's the goal. Look at that. My finished book I want to be able to store in the bag. All right. So everything is going to be 2.5 times 2. So all of my pages are going to need to be about 5 inches. And I am just going to start ripping my pages to 5 inches. And I'm not going to worry about the height of my page. I'm just going to worry about the width of my page. Because I can turn some of these into pockets. Actually, let's just go along and straight away use the supplies as I come to the supplies. That's what we're going to do. I'm thinking out loud. Yes, I am. I even like that little edge. So what we're going to do on this one, oh, I forgot to say in the supplies a ruler. That's because I'm using a cutting mat. And I need a ruler just to make sure I get things the right size. But for those of you who eyeball things, you might be better eyeballers. And here's what I mean by that is because you could come in here without a ruler and say, yep, my edge is right there. I'm going to fold right there. That's your fold line. You find your fold line and you're like, yep, I don't need to measure. So a ruler isn't even fully on necessary. And so you have the right width for your item, and then this becomes a little tuck spot. Yep, there you go. And so this is one of the pages. And nothing more than 5 inches. So that's going to end up, oh, we went this way, didn't we? We're going to go that way. Nothing more than, oh, you're more than 5 inches. So do I want to rip off the corner? And just make you 5 inches. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'm going to line you up. For those of you who like to do the cutting, you could just make a mark. Measure your 5 inches. I didn't even bring out my bone folder today and cut it off. Some of you are really, really good at winging it. If you've ever watched Shelly at Crafting Mamas, then she has an ability to just fold it, trim it along those lines, and I do mine a little. If I was to do this without you guys on screen, I'm trying to think of how to describe what my process would be. But I would come in to each one of these and decide which ones I wanted to make pockets. So I would pick out the ones that are not strong enough to really be pockets. There we go. And I would measure them at 5 inches and just trim them, knowing that I wouldn't make any of those as pockets. Which makes me think about this one, because I'm not going to make you as a pocket either. So I am going to have a lot of pages in this book because of that. So we'll go back and deal with that later. All right, we want it to be at 5 inches. If you have a cutter, which I do, I have a cutter, it's a Burley color cutter, but I don't want to be using all kinds of crazy supplies, because not everybody has all these crazy supplies. I suppose some people don't even have the cutting mat. That's a good point. I should stretch my creative juices and figure out how to do this without a cutting mat. So if I was to do that, what would I do? All right. Well, I think what I would do is fold it. Put it inside of my book, like this. Find the line. That's the edge of my book. If I didn't have a ruler and I didn't have a cutting mat. Let's just take away these tools. Stretch myself to go without the comfort of my tools. And yes, this is corkboard, so you know, you can use anything as your base, I suppose. So here's my edge, and I want to bring over my paper until I can see it. Make sure I'm straight. It's a white background there, so that's hard for you even to see that crease. But what's nice about these CD cases is it already has a thicker spine for us. All right, so then now it's the right width, and either one of these sides could be a pocket. Oh my gosh, wouldn't this be fun to make these little pocket books? Where almost everything is a pocket, and you could just have a pocket every which way. All right, so that's what this is going to be, but I see he's too long. I'll deal with the too long later. I just want them all to be the right width now. So let's do that again. You're the right width this way, right? So let's fold you this way. I don't know why I didn't think of, oh, you are a little bit long that way too. Not much, but just a little bit. So I'll show you. See, just a little bit long. If that's the case, and I have a lot of these ones, I might just have all the papers stick out just a little bit. Or just eyeball it and trim it up the line. Oh, and my brain just said, let's do this more efficiently. So then let's do this more efficiently. I don't want any of these to be pockets. So then I'm gonna just find my little mark and trim inside of that little cut. And look at that. Now my pages, without a ruler, are the right size. We don't need any of those things, do we? And you are now my guide, because I don't want to cut my book. So you are going to be cut right there. So these 2 pages are the right size. And you are going to be cut right there. So these, oops, I trimmed it. These are going to be the right size. Oh my gosh, I love little junk journals. Now, I do love the pages being separate sizes. And you are going to find that at the end, when you stack, it comes to a little point. Personally, I'm okay with that. Not everybody is okay with that, but it's not the order these pages are going to go in because I like variety now that I think about it. So, which one was my, here, I'm going to use the graph paper because I don't have a whole lot of graph paper as my base. Just fold you over. I eyeballed it where that little mark is. And I see that my paper's just a bit too long, so I'm gonna trim it on the inside. And that was a horribly crooked cut. But you know what? That's okay. Let me fix that. There we go. You know what critical tool I didn't say you needed? A wastebasket nearby, because I am gonna have a flippin' mess here in a second. I have my cutesy little garbage can. Reminds me of Oscar the Grouch. I'm gonna put him down beside me, but because he's noisy every time I open him, it has a little interior pail. And I have that out and ready for me. Oh, look at that. You guys can see me. I just noticed that. Oh well, I apologize for that. I hope my hat's not getting in the way. Okay, we have other scraps. Now, some of these scraps I'm going to leave off to the side. I need my McCartney to go off to the side here too because I don't want him to get messed up. But our book is going to be so chubby. We don't want all the scraps. Man, this video is going to just take me forever. Let me think about... Oh, I just bent that page. Okay, that guy's fine. Now I'm starting to think about which way I want it to fold because I like the lines going a long ways. And he's too long. So we're gonna trim you up. You know what I could do? Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I could just stop this video and go live. But because this is just gonna take so long and I feel so guilty. Let me just show you how easy it is to make one of these a pocket. This line is good. You just fold it up. Now suddenly this little baby's gonna be a pocket. I will show you later when we get to this one. You know what I didn't bring on the table is when you fold up and you make something a pocket, the edges, and I'll use my washi tape to show you for a second. The edges here are hard to see. So when you have the washi on it, makes it a little bit easier to see the edges. There's a couple of different ways you can make your pockets. I think I should do a separate video on that. Because I have so many different ways that I make pockets. This washi is not necessary. I do it because I want you to be able to see where the edge of my pocket is as we go on this. So here we go. And I want to trim off the excess washi. Okay, my excess washi is trimmed off, but if I'm to fold this pocket right here, then what I want to do is there's a line right here, and I want to trim just, and I have it folded this way, I want to trim just a little nick off this corner. Okay, that looks more like a school book pocket, right? So then, if I was to glue this, your pocket would be tiny. But for now, I'll just washi tape it. I do prefer not to washi tape it. My preference, I'll show you when I get a sample here in a bit. I'll show you another pocket and how I make those. But you can do washi because it gives you a nice edge right there. And then you just trim off that side and you can fit little things into your pocket now. So these can go into your pockets, your little scraps. So I am keeping my little scraps because they might be things that fit into the pockets as we go along in the journal. Okay? And let's finish this pocket. Look, that washi tape is crooked. And he's a pocket. Now when you fold it, it's not going to bunch up your book. And you can even choose to fold it where the pocket's on the outside of the paper instead of being on the inside. And that's good. All right, so for now, I'm gonna stick my little ready pages in here and start a new pile. Next one. This little baby's a good page. And you are, let me see if I can peel you open. We did. Okay. So now that I've peeled him open, he can be a pocket on both sides. And I'm just gonna fold him in half because he is smaller than my guide page. And it's okay to have them smaller than your guide page. I'm just gonna eyeball it. That guy's gonna be another pocket. This guy is just gonna be a loner all by himself. And this guy's ready too. We like going sideways. And sideways tells me I'm just a little bit too long this entire way. I want to see how long he goes. Look at this, and I'm doing it without all these measurements. Not everybody's cassette is going to be the same size. So if I give you guys a whole bunch of measurements, then what if your cassette's a different size? There we go, 2 more pages. Getting into more fun stuff. This one's already folded, but he's still too big. But this one, yeah, I don't want to have too many pockets. So let's not make him a pocket, but wouldn't that be cute? So we're gonna go right there. I'm gonna go just a little bit smaller than where I am and try to cut you straight. Where are you at here? Just a little bit smaller than where I am and cut you straight. And you fit inside. Now, the reason I keep going a little bit smaller than where I am is because when you tuck them in, it's gonna take, as they tuck in and they come to that little point, then I can go from largest to smallest little book so they don't poke out so much at the end. Now this one is a perfect little one for going as a little tuck that way. So you're gonna go over there. These two little extras are gonna make, I'm making the tiniest little books for a project of my own because I like writing little one-liners to myself. And so I'm going to be working on that here shortly. In this case, I don't want the text to be upright because then it'll be upside down and right side up. So I want the text to be sideways. And it looks like, yep, this book is going to allow me yep, like that. Make sure I'm folded in the proper spot there. Okay, so all I did was a couple of peaks and valleys because I'm just going to cut this page in half. If you have a cutter, use your cutter if you really need the straight lines. If you have decorative edge punch, then use that. I'm just trying to keep this one simple, which is hard for me, by the way. You guys might find that funny. Oh, look, you're gonna be too big. So let me trim you off at this dollar amount. I'm using the row as my guide, the words. Okay, and you are going to be too long, obviously. So where do you come out at? Right at, that's like a row of numbers. And now you're the right height. So let's do that again. And this paper is way too thin for me to make a pocket out of this, but I love this paper. You're good. Let's do this again. Okay, you're a little bit too long. So I'm gonna come underneath and make you a lot smaller because I don't wanna have everything exactly the same length. And see what I mean by a lot smaller. Okay, so let's cut you here. Look at how crooked that cut is. I can't handle that. Oh, there we go. Okay, and the next one. I like that it had a date right there. And you might be good for a future tiny book. Okay, now I'm up to, this is a good cardstock. So, what I'm gonna do with this one is make this one into a pocket. Oh, I have way more pages in this kit that can possibly fit into this book. Way more pages. So I guess my question. Okay, I'm not sure if this moved for you, but I got a phone call, and so I needed to have a fabulous phone call with one of my children. So what I was thinking is, I gave you guys so many supplies that this is gonna be more than this little book can hold. And so what I'm gonna do is select one of each kind of paper that I sent, so it doesn't get too chubby, okay? Oh, and I say that, so I have one of these, I'll do one of these and one of these, I'll hold this one aside, I'll do, you know, I think this one might be too big. Oh, you know what? He's not too big. We can make it work. I'll do one of these, one of these, one of these. I'm gonna save these for the embellishments just because I'm so in love with them. Okay. I'm saving these for the embellishments. All right, and this white paper, we'll do one of those. Yes, on the map paper, one of the, you know what? I guess I only have one of everything. So let's just fold each one in half. And start cutting. And I'm gonna keep all the little pieces, like I said, because they make good little booklets. Okay, he's too long. And he's good. As long as it's smaller than your cover, then you're gonna be good. So the next one. This is big enough to be a pocket. And what I might do with this one is fold you over. Move all these back out of the way so it's not so messy for you. Okay. I'm folding it to be the width of my book or smaller. And this one is then going to make a pocket this way. This one, I'll do the same. So I'll just fold you over and make you a pocket. And these two are too long, aren't they? Yep. So since both of you are too long, and I'm okay with them being different widths because I'm starting to notice they're all too perfect. And for junk journals, I don't like them to be perfect. This will make a good little mini book too. These. Okay, you are too long. Even where I folded it. Maybe I should have been smarter on where I folded those. That's okay. I'm gonna be just inside the line. And this guy, I'm gonna fold you up to be a little mini pocket. What I might do on this is come back and ink the edges so you can tell it's a pocket. Or use the washi tape. Now for, I think all of the kits, I included a micro roll of washi tape. And so I'm going to show you really quick on this one that you don't have to ink the edges. You can use just your little micro roll of washi tape to delineate and show that that is a pocket. If you can't see, what I'm doing is I'm just lining up my washi tape with the edge. And this washi tape, you can just use your fingernail and rip it at the end. And don't tell me you don't have fingernails, because I don't either. And then now it's a good pocket, and you'll fit it in there. If you don't have a thicker washi tape, like I do, like this one, right? So if you have a thicker washi tape, then you can just use your washi tape to close off the end of your pockets, right? Like I showed you before. But if you have a thinner washi tape, like this one, the one that I included in your kit, you can also use this to close off your pockets. And let me show you. All you have to do is just wrap it around at the top, leave a little on that side, and then wrap it around at the middle and leave it at that side. See, you just gave two cute little lines on the back side, and now it's a pocket. Things aren't going to fall out. Oops. See? And you don't lose space by gluing the edges. So I'm going to save that map page, the rest of the map page. Now on this thick paper, I suppose I shouldn't say thick paper, on this paper that I have folded and it's very long, I'm going to go ahead and trim this baby. And that allows me to cut 2 pages like this. And are you, yep, you're smaller. So I made this one too long for the length of the book. Let me show you how this is opened. This is what's left. So I just trimmed off the top. So you can make yourself some cute pockets, but I don't want to make it too long. So I'm just going to trim the edge. Okay. So again, open that up, fold it, and where you have, this is my bottom fold, this is open, then I'm going to just trim it. And these will make cute little mini books also. Tags and mini books. Now, I like that this baby is smaller. And what I'm gonna do is just fold in this corner, fold in the opposite corner, and now you have a little pocket on both sides. So you see that? So all I did was, you have your square that's already folded. fold in both corners and then fold it in towards each other. So I have a pocket there and I have a pocket there. And then when I fold that, now my pocket's open on the side, and I can use my cute little washi here to close that, if I can find the end. And I'll do the same on this side. Use my cute little washi to fold it, and I'll find the end. You can get as fancy or as fast as you want with these little booklets. Look how cute this is. I mean, let's say I put this baby in here. See, he's a pocket now. I think I have an addiction to pockets. All right, so let's make this one a pocket too. So it's already folded. Just eyeballing it to fold it back. Eyeballing it to fold it back again. And you know what, instead of scissors, I'm just gonna fold down the top. I'll give it a nice edge. And I can come back and glue that in later. But now it's a pocket this way. And I'll do the same on this side. Now it's a pocket that way, you see. And so it doesn't go all the way to the fold, which is nice. And you're saying, well, it's gonna just fall out the bottom. Oh, no, it's not gonna just fall out the bottom. Oh, look, I folded that crooked. It's not gonna just fall out the bottom. I have my washi tape this way. If you have the thick washi tape. If you don't have the thick washi tape, then you can do exactly the same thing again here that you did before. And just close it off like this. So that's your bottom. Turn it upright. Maybe that'll make more sense. And then I flip it over and just fold it down. There you go. Both pockets perform the same function. And now I don't want to close it off right here. I don't want to close it off right there. I want to be able to have the paper go wider, just in case the paper is wider, right? There you go. You can choose to have it end right there if you want to, but I just like to give myself the option. Okay, that one's done. Next one. What other kind of pocket am I in the mood for? I don't know. I'm not in the mood for a pocket. So let's just cut that off. Oh, but a fold out would be nice. So forget the pocket. Let's just do the fold out. So we're just eyeballing where this ends. And yes, I'm stretching myself to be able to do this junk journal kit without all my handy dandy little toys for when I make my own junk journals. You don't have to limit yourself the way I'm limiting my, see, now it's a fold out. Okay, that one's done. And oh, for the love of texture. So we have a little bit of noise there. It's a little bent, that's okay. And I made it too long. Let me see. Make you smaller. That's fine. And I really want to just rip it. There we go. This is for texture. Now, if I folded you in half, you might be too small for me. But I think I'm going to put you over with my embellishments. The beauty of making a small notebook this way is I think that I can keep the text upright. There we go. Look at that. Text is upright. And it's just barely too long for my book. So I am going to rip it. Just because I love the way books look when they're ripped. I suppose that's a horrible thing to say, especially for writers. Oh, can you imagine how somebody must be dying right now as I rip this book apart? Okay, I did want that to be smaller, but boy, did I make that smaller. That's okay. So, rip that one in half. That's another page, and that's another page. My Mickey shirt. If I fold you directly in half, you're gonna be too big. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna fold you right there. Okay, and as we see, my Mickey shirt is a little bit too long. So it's too long this way and too long that way. So I fold you here. I see that that's really not even a useful piece, but that's okay. And then these sleeves are too long. So what if I had a little fun and just folded the sleeves too? Just make sure, I do I want to fold those sleeves. Is it gonna stick out? I don't know, let me see. Oh my gosh, that's kind of cute. Let's see if he sticks out. He doesn't stick out. Isn't that cute? And so now you have a little Mickey shirt with Mickey's face folded out of it, so I can't wait to see you guys do. But when I was little, I did watch the Mickey Mouse Club. Okay, this paper, it's already got a fold in there for you. And so what I want to do is see if I can, yep, these are going to be fold outs. And make it smaller than the book. Now, when you're folding these over, make sure that you don't go past your fold line, because then it just won't work in your book. And I'm sure I'm stating the obvious, but for some of you people who are doing these junk journal kits, it may be the very first time you're doing a junk journal. Okay, so this one's done. And I see that this is past half, so let's just cut this in half at a random point. There you go. And there you go. Okay. Those two are done. Now, I have a perforated point right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just pull that piece off. Then I'm gonna see how it works. Oh, you're just a little bit too long there. So, I'm trying to fold this in such a way where I get tuck spots. This is gonna be one chubby little book. Everybody is so chubby. I say that because look at this. We already have a ton of papers in here. We're not even done yet. That's okay. I like a chubby little book. All right, so you see that little white edge. I'm gonna fold that white edge back, and that will be a pocket, or a tuck spot, I mean. And then you are past halfway. Let's see if you both fit inside. You fit inside, do you? Oh, do you? I don't know, are you sticking out? Oh, you're sticking out just a little. Oh, maybe not. I think you're fine. Wax paper. Like I said, I love the different textures. Now, if you are gonna paint your book, you can just put the wax paper and make it a useful thing that you use for your book that way. Now, I wouldn't want to make a pocket out of wax paper. Oh, we could make an envelope out of wax paper. What am I thinking? I haven't even made an envelope for my book yet. All right, what kind of envelope am I willing to do right now? Let's just do this kind. I can't believe all I did was make a bunch of pages. I didn't even make any envelopes. Okay, this envelope is done. You know what I didn't do? I didn't check to make sure that it fit. So now we're gonna make sure that it fits. So if this is in here, it doesn't give me any space. You know what, I'm going to do a separate video on envelopes because my brain is not able to make an envelope today. So that's fine. I'm gonna do a smaller wax paper. That's one page. And a bigger one. That's another page. And then a little one. So I have 3 little wax paper pages. Inside of these, we have a lot more paper. And this will be also a pocket. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can choose to just seal up your envelope, fold it in half, because it's not too tall. I'm going to use this for embellishments. Embellishments. Ooh, do we want to have this as a page? It would be kind of fun to make this material a page. But I'm thinking instead of a page, I want to use it as an embellishment. That's fine. Embellishment. I want this one to be a page. I got distracted off my envelope, didn't I? Now these are going to be easy. Oh, wait. I think this one, yep, this one's sticky. So I'm going to use this as an decorations. So don't forget to check the backs of your papers to make sure that it's not adhesive. You fit. And by the way, everyone, if I have my pages sticking out of my book, my cassette tape, I'm okay with that. That's embellishment. A mess over here with which ones are embellishments in little books and which ones are not, so I need to sort that. And I am going to use this as a little pocket on a page too. My corners, I'll save that. My card, ooh. Should I make this an embellishment or a page? My brain says, let's make you a page. Oh my gosh, no, now you're gonna fit into a pocket, because look at this. How cute that is as a tuck. And I have like a little mini book. Let's make a little mini book out of him. Get a couple of small things. And he's gonna be a mini book. There we go. Tuck him in over there. Okay. This is the inside, or I mean, this is a piece of a hanging filed folder, business style. And I love this material. I really love this material. And so you're gonna be a page. I have a big old mess over here, this pile of things I keep piling up of the pages. I'll come back to them. Now, are you too wide? Oh, you're too wide. Okay, so if you're too wide, can I? Yep. So I think these cute little decorative pages, instead of making them a page in here, I'm gonna fit them into a pocket. And so I'm gonna tear off my little hole, fold this in, and he should fit into one of the things. Now this one is cute, and I can make you a page. If you have a nail file works to take off that perforated part and make it look more distressed. But I think that one's cute as a page. But it could fit into a pocket. So yeah, I'm gonna put those in a pocket and that in a pocket. And you're automatically a page, look at you. I like this one. Now, you're white on the inside. So I could make you a pocket, but this is gonna be one chubby book. Yep, you are gonna be one chubby book. Yeah, I really don't want to make you into a pocket because I'm starting to worry I'm making you too chubby. Now you fit. Oh, I got to come back to this envelope. Okay, so my envelope. I am gonna, do I want to seal it? Yep. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna seal the envelope in my case and then fold it. Then, because I have so many pockets going on right now, I am just gonna trim off the edges. And that makes them each a pocket this way. Now, if you want, you can just do your own little half circle. That way when something comes out of it, you can see that it's like a little thing that goes in there and something to go in there, like that. So people can see that it is a pocket. And I like the texture on the inside of this, I mean the blue on the inside of that. Okay, we're not gonna fill it until the end. I'm making quite the, look at that texture though. So these are not waste to me, because I like this, the inside. So we might use those again for decorating. Okay, these little strips and bits. And then these, everybody gets 4 index cards. And index cards have a nice texture as well. But like I said, I now feel like I have too many pockets. So I'm just gonna fold it smaller than the book. And cut off a little edge. And it's okay if they're not even, by the way, because when it's in the book, your book doesn't know. So I'm gonna fold it smaller than the book. And trim off that extra little edge. And the reason I'm folding it this way is so my lines go in the upright for using it as a book. I'm folding this one way smaller. And now that I realize I really like having this line to pull out, I'm gonna make those tabs. And so this yellow one is now gonna be about that big. And these will be little tucks, and they're good size. Okay, I have almost, oh, I have all my pages done. So, what I do not see in this kit, and I'll go through and make sure I have it everywhere, is the rubber band. What did I do with that rubber band? Did I put it over here? Oh, I did. Okay, now watch how easy this is. This is just gonna make it, these are all embellishment pieces too. I'll put you over here. Okay, I want the rounded corner at the top. I want this at the top. Let's make one big chubby thing. Okay, these are embellishments. This is a page. I'll have that page go inside there and this page in here. I'm just gonna stack these pages. This one in the middle, that one right there. Get the wax paper. Your folded one. And I am going to make this just one huge, chunky signature. You know what? That's okay. And I'm not going to put a whole lot of logic into it except for trying not to have too much of the same right next to each other. Oops, I'm putting a lot of the same next to each other, so let me fix that. Oh, and you know what? Double check to make sure you're not putting your pages upside down, because that would be something I would do. Pages upside down. I can't even count how many times I've done that. Well, this is going to be certainly bigger than my cassette case. I'm feeling that. I think I just put two right next to, there we go. Some up and some down. I think that one was an embellishment. It's getting chubby. The reason I'm doing this as one signature is because by doing a rubber band, oh, you know what I didn't do? Is I didn't put a back to my cassette. Oh, I want to put you in the middle. I like the pocket in the middle. Put the wax paper in the middle of that. Smacks. So pretend I didn't fold that. And this is now my crazy thick little chubby book. You can leave it like this if you want on the edge, but what I want to do is one signature a little bit thin. Hold you there for a second. Is I want to attach this here. Okay? And so there's a couple of different ways I can attach it. One is just to use the tape that I provided. Two is to glue it down. So in my case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it down. By the way, are you the same size as the front? Nope, you're a little bigger. Bigger's okay with me. So I'll just use the glue stick. Wow, I think that's the first time I pulled out the glue stick. Just use you as scrap. There we go. And I'll glue this down. If yours isn't exactly the same, your green piece is not exactly the same size as mine, that's okay. Because you can just cut it to be the same height. There. Now, this could be your book. What I don't like about not sewing in things and putting the binding like this is, do you see how when you do one signature, it wants to keep coming out because that's just too thick. So for me personally, I want to sew it. And I don't necessarily want it to be just one signature either. Because do you see how that comes out? And it's alligator mouth even before. Oops, coming apart. Let me leave this flat with the glue for a second. All right, let's do this again and split these into groups. And what I might do is instead of having just one, I also think this is too flimsy. So what I'm gonna do is strengthen this in mine. I want a better spine. And eyeball how long to make it. Find your adhesive paper. This will work nicely for that. And all I'm doing here is strengthening the spine. You can even make your spine just a little bit bigger if you want. No, I don't need to do two. One should be enough. I don't want to lose that this is the book name. And like I said, my back is now bigger than my front, but I'm okay with that for now. I'm gonna go buy some extra rubber bands for those of you who don't have an all-in string, so you can make multiple signatures. Because I don't have enough rubber bands to fit them all in there. And then I am going to separate this into two signatures. And kind of eyeball what two signatures looks like to be about the same size. Okay, that one's still too chubby. Take out one more. Okay, that's a little bit more balanced, and I made two signatures. Now what I might do is see what it looks like. Is this dry yet? Almost. What I might do is see what it looks like if I just made it too chubby. Oh, look, I left a piece out. So yeah, this book was a little bit chubby. That is part of the problem. But I still don't like that it's only one signature. And I still prefer to sew things in because it's going to keep going sideways. Lesson learned. I thought I could just send you this and it would help you, but instead I would say that I am definitely going to sew in the signatures. Make sure that I have a good spine. Toss off the phrase "all the best" on this just because I want to strengthen that even more. I am going to be stitching through here. For those of you who only have this washi, you can just bring that washi onto right at the seam of your cassette cover. And the reason you're doing that is just to keep it a little bit stronger right at that seam. On the inside, you can use your little washi right at the seam, or if you have it, use your big washi on the seams. The reason I do that is because it makes, one, it's cute, but two, it makes the inside a little bit stronger. In the real world, if I was making this book for myself, I would use duct tape on the inside. Give myself a good edge. Now, refold this edge, refold that edge. Okay. And I'm going to poke and sew the holes into this cover and into this number of sheets. And what I might do is just limit it to 10 sheets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do 11 because I like the idea of that being on the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll do 11 on that one too because I like the pocket. So let's take one out. So that's back to 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that. So I now have I'm thinking of it as Midori style. You could totally hook these two together, Midori style. So these, if they were inside of a book, being held flat with some weight on it for a while, they would stay closed. And you see that this band actually goes a little bit to the right of center, a little bit to the left of center, and this can be its own book. all by itself that way. And you just make another cover for it. See how he fits inside. The other option, let me see if I have an extra one, is to find where the two signatures meet there. Oh, I have a good solution now. Now what you see me doing here is, yeah, this may take a long time, but I'm trying to work through how to make this affordable for me to send out for people who may not have all the supplies that we have, right? So look, I can just provide enough thread for everyone to bind them in that way. Why didn't I think of that already? All right, so it looks like I'm gonna have enough to make 4 signatures. And that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make 4 signatures and ignore the rubber band, which is a little bit too small for this book. So signature number 1, signature number 2, and do I have the cover I want on the outside? No, I'll put you on the outside. Signature number 3, I want you as the cover on the outside. Signature number 4, and that's a good outside cover. Okay, so I have 4 signatures. Are they gonna fit in my little chubby? Yes. Okay, so I wanna have the inside of each signature. That way. So where's my binder clip? You are not big enough to hold all this together. So for right now, I'm gonna use my rubber band. See what I meant about the exterior closure? That'll work. Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a lot extra. Now what am I gonna do? I am just going to wrap it. And we'll start here, down at the bottom. And then I'm gonna bring this up to the top. Find my little binder clip. Where's my binder clip? This will work. The paper clip's gonna work. So wrap it around, go to the next signature, get into the middle, wrap that around, go to the next signature, get into the middle, wrap that around. Ah! Party at my house, everything's falling. Okay, here we go. And go into the middle of the next signature. Wrap that around. Each of these signatures, I want to make sure that I have the center part going down the spine of this little micro book. Oh, come on, don't make me mad. There we go. And that 4th one came out the top, and remember I kept this first one down to the top. And, oh, I already clipped it. And I'll just make a knot this way. I'm going to go underneath the threads in the middle. back to the center. Pull them to the center. Use this to help me out a little bit. And tie just a little knot. I didn't use my awl, I didn't use needle, I didn't use thread. All I did is just make a little square knot. I'll make these two strings about the same length. And that's it. Now, a fun thing is I can just tie my rubber band over, under, over, square knot. Just tie my little rubber band so he stays connected. And you want this. There you go. And that's it. All I did was wrap it around. Now this piece right here is too big. But I would also say that I don't want to see all those papers there. So what I might do find a good thick something another that I haven't used yet in my stash. Now that I have a crazy mess on my table. Then put a border to it. Oh, look at you. That's what you're gonna be. You're gonna be my edge. Okay. Now instead of being my edge on the outside, I'm gonna make you my edge on the inside. I don't know if my glue stick is going to work with that, so I'm going with Eileen. Just a thin little bead of glue. Probably too much glue, but that would be me. And put it right there on the edge. Oh yeah, a little too much glue. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. And you know what? I just realized I cut it too long. Ain't nothing but a chicken wing. All I'm going to do is just fold it where I want it. Trim it off. While that glue is drying, I need to start making some embellishments for the inside. And I kind of like that sticking out now. So you are no longer a little foldy pocket thing. Yeah, I like that. This is what it's going to look like before you start embellishing your book. And if you keep him closed for a while, which I don't want to do this too long, but if you keep him closed for a while and you put some weight on it, then what's going to happen is he'll act more like a book, because it'll flatten everything out. Now you can see that my green is still too long. I have no qualms with coming in, looking at my last page and knowing that I want it to be about right there. Ding, and you're done. And if he's a little bit short, then shoot, add another one of these to the outside or the inside, whichever way you, oh, that's right, I have my glue drying on that. I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's still sticky. Hey, look, I happen to have wax paper nearby, so I don't have to worry about it. Aren't I a happy lady? Let's make some cute little mini things, but I won't torture you in this video if you don't want to waste your time watching me embellishing, but at least you have an idea of how to turn this into a book. And thank you for being patient with me while I was trying to work through how to make sure you guys all had the kind of binding you need. So now everybody's kit will have thread that will be enough for you and a little bit extra to use as your binding. Thanks for watching, and I will do another video making some embellishments for the cutesy little book. Take care. Oh, I totally forgot. Everything should be listed on Etsy by 5 p.m. or earlier tomorrow, April 11th. And the really good news is, as soon as I know what moment it's going to be listed on Etsy, I will put a quickie little video on here to just say, hey, it's listed on Etsy. So if you want an alarm for when they get listed, then don't forget to put the little alarm here on this YouTube, because that's where I'll make the quickie announcement and the alarm will pop up, hey, it's gonna be listed on Etsy at blank. All right, thanks everyone, take care.